How's it, everybody? So, welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about the Women's T20 World Cup and the squad that has been recently announced. We're going to go into quite a lot of detail with regards to every single position, and we're going to talk about which players have been selected. I'm going to read out the press release for you so that you can have a little bit more information about some of the players that have been added to the squad. I'm also going to be touching on the final ODI between Sri Lanka A and South Africa A. We saw a magnificent performance from David Bedingham, and we're going to go into a little bit of details into what happened in that match, which players performed well, which players didn't do so well, and a little bit of a summary surrounding that tour and that series, talking about some of the guys that impressed in the ODI part of that tour. Going to be a 4-day competition happening very soon. That's the next step for some from a South African standpoint in SAA, and that's going to be the next thing that we're going to be covering on the channel. But before we get going, before we get started, there's a couple of things I'd like you guys to please do. First and foremost, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos, please. Smash the like button, comment and share. Don't forget, once this stream has ended, please go and comment in the comment section. You guys have been doing a really good job on some of the other shows, some of the other live streams, by commenting there and doing a real good job by doing so. I'd also like you guys to subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. Link is on the screen as well as in the description. I've also started a new channel that is all about me and my passions and other than cricket. So movies, series, music, business, etc. Please go ahead and subscribe there. I need you guys to help me get to 1,000 subscribers so I can start live streaming on that channel, because it's going to take a long time for me to get to that point where I can start live streaming. So I need all your help from here to head over to that channel and go subscribe there too. We've got some videos up for you there. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoy it. Don't forget that if you're a massive Manchester United fan, that is what I'm looking for. Manchester United fans that are also into movies, into music, into series and business. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. I'm looking forward to chatting to you guys. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your live cricket show. I'm your host, Khalid Mohidin, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. But today we're going to be talking about something very specific, and that is the T20 Women's World Cup squad. The T20 women are going to be are going to be trying to improve what they did the last time out when we hosted the um, the World Cup the last time out. Sabir, I've just linked it now. I hope that that link works for you guys. Um, yeah, so the last time out, they made it into the final on home soil, and now this time around they're going to the UAE and they're going to try and better that by winning it. Hopefully, that's going to be their main um, aim from that perspective. So let me get into the nitty gritties and the main aspects of this particular story. So let's start off with the press release and what Cricket South Africa had to say. Cricket South Africa has announced the 15-player squad for the Proteas Women's T20 International Series against Pakistan and the ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2024, which will take place in the United Arab Emirates, UAE. Captain Laura Wolfhout will lead the team in a World Cup for the first time, supported by experienced players Marazan Kapp, Ayabonga Kaka, Sunay Luz, and Chloe Tryon, alongside talents like Tasman Brits, Nonkululeko Mhlaba, Tumi Sikukune, and Nadine de Klerk, who is expected to recover from her Achilles injury. Uncapped Hollywood Bets Dolphins leg spinner Sheshni Naidu has earned her first national team call up after impressive performances for S under 19 women and the SA emerging side over the past 2 years. The 18-year-old will be joined by fellow youngsters Ayanda Khlubi and Anari Dirksen. The 15-player squad will also include a travelling reserve, former S under 19 woman all-rounder Miyane Smith. The Proteas women will face Pakistan in three-match T20I series from 16 to 20 September in Malton before heading to the UAE for the ninth edition of the Women's T20 World Cup. South Africa has been placed in Group B alongside England, Scotland, Bangladesh, and the 2016 champions West Indies. The 2023 finalists will begin their campaign against the Windies on Friday, 4 October, followed by a rematch of last year's semi final against England 3 days later. The Protests will complete their round robin stage with matches against Scotland on 9 October and Bangladesh on 12 October. The semi-finals are scheduled for 17 and 18 October, with the final set to take place on Sunday, 20 October, at the Dubai International Stadium. Interim head coach Dylan Dupree's team have a final opportunity to fine-tune their preparations with two warm-up matches facing New Zealand on 29 September and India on 1st October at the ICC Academy ground in Dubai. CSA Proteas women's convener of selector Clinton Dupree commented, while playing in the UAE presents some unknowns, we have conducted thorough research and selected a balanced squad that complements the conditions. With strategic opinions, with strategic options in mind as we head into the T20 World Cup. Laura has been exceptional as a leader, bringing a holistic approach to the team. She leads with respect and integrity, and we are excited to see her leadership and playing qualities shine at the World Cup. Shishni Naidu has shown some significant growth as a bowler within our camp, and we see her as an X factor for the World Cup. She brings a unique element to our bowling attack, offering something different that could be pivotal. We've had strong competition for places, and while some players will unfortunately miss out, these decisions were made based on balance, form, fitness, and strategic considerations for the format. Every selection was carefully considered to ensure the best possible squad for this important tournament. CSA Director of Cricket Enoch Nkwe says, we are incredibly proud of the group of players and management who will be representing South Africa at the Women's T20 World Cup. The team has shown remarkable resilience and skill, and we have no doubt that they will compete with the same spirit and determination on the world stage. As they set out to bring the ultimate prize home, they should know that the entire nation stands firmly behind them, supporting and cheering them on every step of the way. We believe in their ability to make South Africa proud, and we wish them all the best as they embark on this exciting journey. So I've gone and created a little bit of a graphic for you guys to show you the squad. Did I do that correctly though? Anyway, let me show you the squad quickly so that you guys can be updated on that. I just want to see, maybe I thought that I missed out on a name, but maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. I left a name off on this list. Unfortunately, I need to change that. Okay, let me just change that graphic quickly so that I can upload the correct graphic. I thought that I left this name off because I was going to start talking about the omittance, but clearly the person hasn't been omitted from the squad. So let me just do that quickly and then upload the correct squad. I think the main keyword over here definitely has to be balance. That is no doubt from the South African standpoint. Actually, in fact, I wish that the South African men's team looked something like this because there is a department that I feel that the men's team are very short on. We are short on all rounders. And when you look at the squad that was selected for this T20 Women's World Cup, you'll quickly see the amount of all rounders that have been selected for this particular squad. So that makes it a big advantage, I think, for South Africa. The fact that they can produce and have so many all rounders available to them. Um, Let me just move this here and then move the spinners here and then put my all rounders here because there's such a host of names over there from that perspective. So let me just do that um, and download it. Sorry, guys. I should have checked this. But now that I was reading the press release again, I realized that that name is on the list, and I can't believe that I missed it. There's no way they would have dropped her. So it makes total sense that she is in the squad, and I don't know why I missed it from the start. So you guys would have probably picked up on my mistake if you saw it, saw me pop up the squad on the screen earlier on. But yeah, anyway, let me just upload this quickly now with you guys. Okay, let's get into it. Cool. We've got batters Laura Wolfhard as the captain, Annika Bosch, Tasman Brits, Mika Derrida, who's a wicketkeeper, Sanala Jafta, a wicketkeeper. So that's another thing that I like, the fact that there are two wicketkeepers in the side, which is always brilliant. Ayabonga Kaka as a seamer, Tumi Sikakune as a seamer, spinners is obviously Mlaba. All-rounders, Nadine de Klerk, Chloe Tryon, Sunay Lewis, Annery Dirksen, Ayanda Glubi, Marazan Kap, Shishni Naidu, who's uncapped, and then the traveling reserve in Miane Smith. So that's the squad. But what makes Okay, guys, I'm back. This thing just decided to cancel on me. So anyway, as you can see, we have a whole host of all rounders available to us, which makes it amazing from a South African standpoint. There are so many all rounders in this team, and it gives us a nice balance, I feel, and it obviously puts us in a strong position. And that's the one aspect that I feel South Africa's men's side lacks, because we don't really have many all rounders. We are still searching for all rounders, and that's why we've seen like an abundance of all rounders getting opportunity in the SAA sides, because we are trying to search for that number seven and for more backup number eights, and maybe even top order batters that can bowl too, like Sunay Lewis and Chloe Tryon. Those are all like Annery Dirksen as well. Those are people that bat up the order and that can also bowl. Ayanda Khlubi as well, another one, and Marazan Cup. The women have that in abundance. South Africa, the men's side, we lack that. So this is something that we can really learn from, and we have to also check and see what are the women doing right from a development perspective to try and get these players up and running. So that's the main thing from a South African standpoint that we have to look at when it comes to the development of these players. With regards to the fixtures in the World Cup and all of those type of stuff, the admin side of things, the itinerary, it's very important to know that we first start with the tour to Pakistan from the 16th to the 20th of September. South Africa are preparing for this extremely well, and I think that's what's brilliant about this team. They always are trying to make sure that they're 100% prepared for certain things. And what I love about it is that they are going to prepare themselves fully for this one. So when you look at the fixture list over here, we play the first T20 on the 16th of September at 4 South African Standard Time. And it's against Pakistan, who is a very, very good side as well. Then Wednesday, the 18th of September, is the second T20I. Then Friday, the 20th of September, is the third T20I. And then the World Cup fixtures start from the 3rd to the 20th of October. The first warm up game is against New Zealand, 29 September. Then Tuesday, the 1st of October, is the second warm up against India. Then that's two very, very good opponents. So we're going to be well prepared. Then Friday, the 4th of October, we've got the first match, South Africa versus the West Indies. And what I like is also all of these games are at nice times from a South African standpoint. So I'm not going to be trying to like work right through the night because the UAE aren't that far behind South Africa. Monday the 7th of October at 4 South African Standard Time. That's when we play England. Wednesday 9th of October is the third match against Scotland. Then Saturday 12th October we have at 4 is the match Bangladesh and South Africa, and then Thursday the 17th of October is the semi-final one, and Friday 18th of October is semi-final two, and then Sunday 20th October is the final in Dubai. So those are the fixtures for the World Cup. I like them. I like the way the team is compiled. It's a nice balance between the senior players and the youth and experience. We've got experience in Laura Wolfart, Anneke Bush, Tasman Brits, Sinalo Jafta, Ayabonga Makaka, Tumi Sukakane, Nonkululeko, Mklaba, Nadine de Klerk, Chloe Tryon, Suna Lewis, and then we've got youngsters like Annery Dirksen, Ayanda Khlubi, Shesni Naidu. We've got more experience with Marazan Cup, and then we've got another newbie in Maya Naismith. So a very, very good and a very balanced side. I don't think there are a lot of names over here that have been really left out, to be frank with you. I think this is a very good side, a very balanced side, and a very strong side. Uh, I know that Danae van Niekerk has rejoined Western Province, and this season domestically she's going to try and push. I don't know how she'll do in a comeback to cricket with regards to domestic cricket, but perhaps she could still push for a World Cup spot. Who knows if that is still a dream to play for South Africa? So that's also something that we have to look at when it comes to preparing for the World Cup. But the squad, very good. I'm very happy with it. And I think it's a very well balanced side. Okay, let's move on to the next part of the show. And we've got to talk about this guy right here, David Bedingham. 188 he hit today for the SAA side in their third ODI. They obviously lost the series already, but at least they won one game. And the guy played a magnificent innings. But let me just give you a quick overview of what took place in the match first before we get into the performance from David Bedingham, which was absolutely spectacular. So Sri Lanka batted first, and they scored 311. Oh, oops. They scored 308 for six in their 50 overs. But it wasn't as straightforward as that because I felt that we kind of allowed them to get back into the match in a way because there was a stage in the game where South Africa I felt, were on top. We we had them actually in a good position when it comes to the game situation. Where is it now? They normally used to have it over here. Highlights, stats, scorecard. Um, I don't know. They haven't shown it over here, but we had them six down for with not a lot of runs on the board. They only had 200 and odd on the board at that stage, and I think that we were in a good spot over there. But then we kind of allowed the opposition to run away with the game in a way. You had the likes of um, Pavan Ratniake. No, no, not him. Sorry. We had. I'm gonna butcher these names, guys. Chamindu, Vikram Masing. He scored 70 or 54 balls at a strike rate of 129.63, and he was helped and supported by Dinura Kalapupana. I think it's Kalupahana. Sorry, Kalupahana. And he scored 45 or 57. But the foundation was basically set by Udara, who scored 90 of 94 balls, and Nuanindu Fernando, who scored 52 or 52 balls. They kind of set the platform, and then those guys finished it off at the end, and they put them in a very, very strong position. But props needs to go to certain bowlers, particularly Dewald Brevers, who's got 4 for 46 in his 10 overs. So he's really starting to show his bowling chops and that he's been working on his bowling and his wrist spin. He had an economy rate of 4.60, and he was very, very important in this match. I mean, he took out quite a few of the guys in the middle to end of the innings, but he also was responsible for taking out Udara at the top, as well as Fernando. So he kind of broke that major partnerships that started of brewing over there, and he was very destructive in that. And brilliant performance from him overall. And then he put South Africa in a decent position before they kind of clawed their way back Sri Lanka. The guys that didn't do so well with the ball were Lutus Apamla, who got 0 for 55, economy of 7.86. He was really punished. Ethan Bosch wasn't that great either. He got 0 for 56 in 6.22 economy rate. But the other guys and then obviously Ngaba Peter couldn't get a wicket, naught for 71, probably South Africa's worst bowler on the day, 7 for 0.89. There were some deliveries that were really excellent from Ngaba Peter, but he was still very expensive. And you would think that the Sri Lankan bowlers would know how to bat against the spin, so they read him pretty well. Then there was Tristan Lewis, who bowled pretty well, I think, 1 for 34 for his 4.86 economy rate. And Tayan Khalin only bowled 5 overs, 1 for 22 at a 4.40 economy rate. But the star of the show with the ball for South Africa was definitely Dewald Brevers. Then it came to our batting performance. Now, we were chasing a massive total, and South Africa, generally speaking, haven't been the best when it comes to chasing totals in general. But hats off goes to the main man, David Bedingham. 188 of 129 balls, 24s, 5 sixes, a strike rate of 145.74, opening the batting. Him and Tony gave South Africa a very, very good start, a fast start. Tony got 25 of 19 balls, 1 4 and 2 sixes, strike rate of 131.58. So he really batted well at the top of the order with David Bellingham. The two of them together were fantastic, but then Tony just unfortunately looking for a shot too many and ended up getting caught. Then the captain, Matthew Brzezinski, coming off a very good performance in the second ODI. He was supporting David brilliantly, and it was looking like he was going to get a consecutive half century in this match. He got 36 or 47 balls, two fours, and a six, strike rate of 76.0. Played a very anchoring role in this team, but then he too lost his wicket. And when Deva Brevis was bowled, I really thought that Sri Lanka was going to be on top of South Africa and take it home for their side. But Mikhail Prince came in and he really leveled things out a bit, but supported David. David single-handedly basically tore apart Sri Lanka. I mean, you can see that by the number of runs he scored, but you can see, and by the scorecard, you can also tell there weren't many other contributions after Mikhail Prince. And Dila Simalani was out at 3, and Dayan Khalim only got 7. David scored the rest of the runs. So we chased that down and won by 5 wickets. And absolutely fantastic because we did it in 42.5 overs. So there was still 3 overs. There was still 3 overs, 7 overs remaining in the match, which is absolutely fantastic from a South African standpoint. So a very convincing win. And the positives that I'm taking out from this tour, Matthew Brzezinski, I think that he played pretty well in this tour, and I think he needs to be looked at for that ODI side, whether he's cover for Aiden at 3 or Stubbs at 3 in the ODI side, or Rassi, whoever they're going to play, always cover for the openers. But David Bedingham has definitely batted himself into the team, I think. He had a poor first 2 games, but in this game he was completely dominant. And we knew Sri Lanka were up for this, and they really wanted to whitewash South Africa. So there was still pressure on, despite the series already being won. So I think a brilliant performance from him. He could perhaps be that person to compete with Riza Hendricks at the top of the order in the ODI format for that opening spot. And I think that we need to really consider him. He's in incredible form. He's batting with freedom and he's extremely calm at the crease. And I think South Africa needs that at the top of the order. So, David, fantastic performance from him. And overall, a good day of cricket from a South African standpoint. So, I'm very happy with that performance. I'm very happy with David Bedingham. And I think that we really need to have a look at him because we need some openers. We need more top order batters available for South Africa with regards to that. Let's get into the live chat. Sabir Khan says, could you explain that schools SA20 is? I did in the last show. I did a whole segment at the end of the show talking about that. So please go and watch that show and see what I had to say. Mainly, to sum it up, it's a schools tournament, SA20 schools tournament, where they're going to be doing a tournament where schools are going to be competing against each other and they're going to try to find the next new generation of SA20 talent and young T20 talent. And Cricket South Africa and SA20 are teaming up to provide a lot of broadcasting as well on Supersport for these tournaments to try and find the next generation of young T20 players in the country. So I did do a whole read up on an explanation of that on the last show. So please go and check that out. King James says, hi Khalid, what did you think of Beddingham's 188? I just mentioned it, so it's brilliant. Link to the new channel, I've put it in the live chat. Please go and subscribe, guys, to my new channel. If you guys are fans of movies, series, music, Manchester United, and business, go and subscribe. I'm going to be doing videos regularly on that channel, which is the other side of me that you don't see on Cricket Fanatics magazine. Neil Govender, hi. What happened to your T-Bird Sunday? We were outthought. And once again, individual errors costed us the game. Started it off very well. We looked like we were passing the ball a lot better. But I don't think that it's all doom and gloom. I think Liverpool just managed to be ready whenever they turned over that ball. And they put pressure on Casemiro and Mainu, our holding midfielder. and turned the ball around and attacked our back four at extreme pace, and then scored immediately. Didn't really waste any chances. Got a couple of chances and took them. I would have to say that Man United is looking a lot better in possession, though. So we are looking a lot better, and I think that we shouldn't be stood down on ourselves. Once Ugarte comes into the team, I do feel that we need that holding midfielder, and I think that will change the whole way that we play and how we play in matches with a little bit more legs and energy in the midfield to take pressure off Mainu, take pressure off Casemiro, take pressure off Bruno. Hunain says South Africa was on the verge of whitewash, but this guy Bellingham has other plans. He single handedly wins the game for South Africa, with more than 60% of the team runs. Yep, highest A cricket score of 188. Boom. Yeah, he beat Riza Hendricks' score. Hunain says only for the Proteas to play Rassie and Temba ahead of beasts like Stubbs and Bellingham. Yeah, so that's going to change, and I hope that's going to change. And it does seem that Rob Walter is a person that doesn't really beat around the bush with those type of selections. He seems to select his best players when the time comes to select them. So more performances from this, like this, from Bellingham is going to definitely push him into that side, I feel. And more performances from Stubbs, like we've seen recently in the T20 series against West Indies, I think that will be pushed into the side. So performances are going to get them there, and they need to just continuously perform well. And I do think that Rob will pick them for the side. That's ultimately what we're going to hope for, and that's what we're going to be able to see from a South African standpoint. Like I said, look at the women's squad, the way they've developed so many all rounders, the balance in that squad, the amount of youngsters and senior players is also something that is interesting that I think that needs to be looked at. So that is also something that was a madness. Didn't know you were a music artist. I used to be. Oh my god, I forgot. I must private those videos. Yeah, I did attempt to be a musician back in the day, um, when I was in college and high school, and I had a whole plan of how I was going to launch my career and etc. And then I was kind of thrown under the bus by someone that was part of my team, that exited right on my launch of my music and took a whole list of clients that we needed to promote the videos and to launch the videos, and she ran off with the entire list and yeah, cancelled on me on the last minute. So I had to kind of do a makeshift launch, and I didn't launch my career as I wanted to. And then I started to, because being a musician is so tough, and you have to dedicate so much time and effort and of your life got in a little bit in the way, and I needed to make some money. So that's when I went into journalism and tried to make some money as a journalist first, to try and start businesses, etc., to try and boost my career. It's taken a lot longer as I anticipated with the business side, but I'll get there, and then maybe I'll be making music again in the near future. So that's something that I'll also want to look at. So yeah, guys, that's everything that I've covered on today's show. I think that's all the main topics. I hope you guys do have some thoughts about it, and you put it in the comment section after in the stream. And when there is major news to talk about, I will go live again. And then as the season kicks off, we will do a lot more regular live streams on the channel. I know I haven't been very consistent with the dailies, but I'll probably get into it a lot more and do a lot more live streams when the season kicks off and there's a lot more to talk about. There's gaps here and there with everything, so it's not necessarily going to be as much as we want. Uh, RTV Sports says, "Will hire you to create a new Salah chart." Let's not talk about your Salah again, because that guy is just irritating. He keeps on scoring at Old Trafford. It's crazy. Please, guys, go and subscribe to RTV Sports as well if you're a Liverpool fan. They do a lot of great football content and Liverpool content specific. I featured there a couple of days ago for the preview of the United game, and that didn't really turn out that well. So yeah, please go and subscribe there too. It's a new channel that I started recently. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in and showing me the love on the live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys again very soon when there's new news to report on cricket regards to that. Like I said, please go and subscribe to my new channel as well. If you're into Man United movies, series, music, etc., business, please go and subscribe. The link is on the screen as well. Don't forget to also subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell for all future videos as well. I'm also going to try to get a couple of more guests on the show. Some of the guys that used to come on, I'm going to try to get that as well. Sarath says, do you think Bellingham gets picked for Afghanistan ODI? He has to be. It doesn't make sense if they don't select him after this performance. Why then put him in the SA side? Why show that you are going to back someone that is at the age that he is? I do think that he'll get the time and get selected. I think he should replace Riza in the side, to be honest, as the opening batter with Ryan Rickleton. I think that should be the opening partnership going forward because of the way that David Bedingham plays the game. He's so attacking, so aggressive, and so calculated as well. He has the ability to be able to do that. Oh, yes, flip. I hope he opens with the Zorzi. I forgot completely that the Zorzi opens the batting. So the Zorzi and him, and then Ryan needs to come into the same team as well somehow. We need to give him some opportunities as well. But I think David Bedingham and the Zorzi would be a potent opening partnership. I think that will be a great opening partnership. We could even move the Zorzi to 3 and then open up with Ryan Rickleton. That could be an option. And then we can have someone like Aiden Markram batting at 4. We need to see Temba Bavuma as the captain, so he's going to be in the squad. And that's going to be a problem if the others perform. So I think that they all competing for squads. We could see a change in captain. If Bavuma doesn't pull his weight in ODIs, we could see a change in that as well. Sarath says, my top 6, David, Zorzi, Stubbs, Markram, Klaassen, and Miller. Yeah, very talented team there. I think we are covered now. Our bases are covered. I think we found our new guys that are knocking on the door with regards to all-rounders as well. I'm a big fan of Andile Semelani, Mkhlali Mapungwana. Michal Pretorius needs to have more game time as well, I think. He needs to be shown some more game time sooner. Tristan Lewis is also coming through the system, and I think that he's a good number 8 for the future. So we're starting to find that balance. Ngaba Peter doing well with the ball. So we're starting to find those players that are going to be a part of the future squad as well. So it is shaping up very nicely. And I'll probably do a stream talking about the ODI side as well. Ahead of the Afghanistan tour, we'll probably get into that. But I'm going to wait for that squad announcement, and then I'll start putting out videos about this ODI side and where they are moving towards. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe, click that notification bell for all future videos as well. Don't forget to comment after the stream has ended. Remember to go to the comment section and leave your comments there. Let me know what you thought about Beddingham's performance. Let me know what you think about the Women's World Cup squad. If you like it, if you don't like it, and let me know what you think of that too. And I'll see you guys very, very soon with another live show. Take care, everybody. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And peace out.